Greetings, folks. Welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. I just helped my dad with this flathead engine. We'll go over a little bit about that, and then I have to clean the shop. I can't work here. I cannot work in this. So we'll talk about this flathead engine, and then I'll kick you guys off. Or I could put you on time lapse, but man, this shop is actually dangerous, folks. You know, you see my shop at home. I'm not exactly the titan of cleanliness, but I try to have stuff at least kind of swept up and put away. But yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. I mean, dude, what the heck happened here? Did a 90-year-old man work on hot rods and just throw tools on the ground? That's about it. I mean, there is a shelf over here. You could actually, if you move those head gaskets, I mean, you could actually make room here. It's just all too much, folks. I got to do some cleaning. I have to work on my car on this trip out here. And all I've done so far is hog out a 5.5 by 5.5, a 5 by 4.5 Ford rim and make it fit a Plymouth hub. I did that yesterday. Yes, this is a Ford rim, but I hogged out the inside so it'll fit on that hub. And this Ranger wheel won't fit, but that's a pretty good tire. This rim is ruined. It is the original 5 by 4.5 Plymouth rim, but it's really egged out. And I don't know how to fix that besides weld on that and then use some kind of a reamer and make it right again, but it's ruined. It's really egged. So yeah, that's unfortunate because the hubcap does fit on that. The Plymouth hubcaps do not fit this one, but it's a good solid wheel and it goes on there now. And this wheel is also incorrect. It's a Plymouth style Dodge, but the hubcap does not fit that. So I have 4 hubcaps and they only fit on the rear wheels. Yeah. Hey, let's run in here real quick. If he doesn't have the wind tunnel locked up, and you guys can see this wind tunnel we made. Maybe let's see what he's got here. Oh yeah, we can get in here. Yeah, let's get in here real quick. It's all high security around here, bro. Okay, we'll take a quick inside shot. Now, we haven't used this in a while, and he's necked this down for more wind speed. It used to be only like 60, 50 miles an hour, but now it's pushing 70. It's necked down with this deflector, shoots out, and then these 2 twin 460s with specially made props. You see the props right here. These were specially made. My dad is an retired aeronautical engineer, so he kind of knows what he's doing. Anyway, you open up this big gate, you fire these babies up. They haven't ran in a few years, but they're not seized or anything, I don't think. Let's see. No, that's good. Boy, it's really easy to make sure that's not seized. Let's see if this one's seized. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's really easy to make sure they're not seized with this big bar on here. Anyway, twin 460s. I don't know why he did this deflection thing. I think he was trying to increase the wind flow. It's over 70 miles an hour now, which isn't too bad. I can't really get from this side. Yeah, that's the idea. Adjustable pitch on those. He had those specially made. The exhaust, obviously, some cherry bombs. You definitely have to open that before you run it. And let's see, is this one seized? No, that one's good. I don't hear any rods knocking around in there. And there's a chicken wire safety screen. I mean, it's kind of rough, but it does the job. He has used this. Yeah, Don Vesco was in here. Some other vehicles were in here. I guess he was just trying to raise the actual wind knot speed. Kicking that motor over this to this deflector and shooting it down this more narrow. This is at least 9 feet. Let's see, there's 6. Yeah, that's probably 8 feet, 9 feet. You could get a large truck in here. I guess this is the wind speed indicator right there. Excuse me. Oh, how gross. And the rest is just kind of storage. That seems to be a VW test stand. And some pistons from something he probably blew up. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go clean the shop. And wish me luck. Man, I just can't believe how bad it is. All right, let's kick you off here. I thought I'd at least give you the preview of the wind tunnel. Let you know what's going on. All right, Faulkner Fixes All signing off, giving you the variety of content you need. Where else would you see a homemade wind tunnel? Yeah. Okay, we did a quick bag up and put a bag out there, and here's the next deal. I gotta really just do what is really necessary here, because this is like days. Anyway, so here's the belly pan for this speedster car, flathead powered. And if we just stand this piece of junk up somewhere, we can get these welders back in here and actually, you know, have a little floor space where you're not tripping over stuff. And maybe put some tools away. I mean, I was looking for this dead blow hammer for like 30 minutes yesterday. And yeah, a package came from my Plymouth and he just put it in here somewhere. And I'll never see that again until I clean up. Maybe it was part of his master plan. I'll hide John's package here. He won't have a starter. God, I hope he's not putting this blower on that flathead engine. I really hope there's not an adapter somewhere to bolt that on that flathead. That will be the last thing that flat ever does. You know, if it runs with that blower on there, it'll run real good for about 30 seconds. They're just not designed for the power. We'll look at this in detail a little later. I'll cut you off for a second. I got to stand this belly pan up somewhere, and then all will be right in the world. And we can make some of this stuff. Anyway, it's just a quickie here. I don't have the time necessary to make this happen. Okay. Have a good day. Wind tunnel, yeah, real men. Okay, 3 hours later. Oh my God. Whew. Well, if you saw it before, I know it doesn't look great, but it's something. I haven't tackled this area. I don't think I'm going to get to that. That's just maybe next trip out. Got to get a liner for this can. I did find the little engine spreader device when you put it on the stand here. And yeah, it was a lot, folks. I am officially tired, and I haven't even worked on my car at all, but there's a couple more days. So yeah, this is what a flathead stroker motor looks like. I think he's just got these steel heads on to do a compression check. I did find the compression checker. I doubt it's okay, but it is a compression tester, and maybe he's got a better one. I don't know. Apparently he knows where everything is here. I can just ask him, and hey Dad, where's this at? And he just runs over to it. No, that's not the case. Anyway, we put these heads on the other night. He's just got some copper head gaskets in here, and I guess we're going to torque a few more of these, and then we're going to do a compression check and see if it's even worth putting in the car. Anyway, this is what a flathead engine looks like. Apparently, he found some Isky 404 cam, or some really crazy cam they don't make anymore. I do know it took him hours to set these valves. Like, he's been down here 2 or 3 times, well, twice a night for like 2 or 3 hours, and it took him a long time to set these valves. A long time. That one's, I think we got to pull that one back over. I should ask him about that one there. That doesn't look right. Maybe that's okay. Let's get a flashlight and look in there. Yeah, it took him a long time. It's got some magneto, I think. in the front. Yeah, we're gonna have to ask him about that one. Looks like he's been beating on it or something. These other ones look okay. That's welded off. I guess that's where the distributor drive would be. Yeah, that's no longer a distributor in there. And these look okay. I'm gonna have to ask him about that one. Seems like he beat on it or something. Anyway, it's some kind of crazy cam. Takes a while to, looks like he cut the breather tube off too. Man, this is wild. Oh, there's pennies glued in there. No, those are copper washers. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's the magneto housing. Yeah, it should be interesting. We put the starter on this morning and we had to flip it around the wrong way because the engine stands in the way. I guess we're just gonna crank it and check for compression. Now these do have the welded tabs on the cylinders. I don't know a lot about these flatheads, but I know that to get extreme compression out of them, you have to weld these tabs on the pistons, and then you take it out and have it balanced with the rest of them. Now this one didn't fare too well, or it didn't have enough power, I can't remember. A little of both, probably. Yeah, I think I know what happened to this one. I'll show you guys what happened. You don't even have to look at the engine. We'll just go look at this part over here. This is what happened to that engine. This is an adapter plate for that blower. And it fits on a flathead. As you can see, that bolts on the flathead. As you can see, something happened right there. Like something exited, or I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's how you ruin a flathead engine. This piece and that piece. That will smoke your flathead engine in about 20 seconds. But is it worth it? I don't know. So flatheads are very durable engines when they're not modified. But obviously, when you do stuff like this, and when you weld things on top of pistons and weld shut the oil drive, or I don't know if that's the oil pump. I don't know enough about these engines. I know, I can't remember if that's the oil drive and distributor. I'd have to look at a stock block, which he doesn't have any of around here. Yeah, that's the magneto. I can't remember, folks. I think that has something to do with the oil drive, or I don't think the distributor was in the rear on these. Anyway, this is the big one. This is like the EA B5 or something. Yeah, I don't think he's going to use these heads. These are just to test the compression. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. I'm really tired of cleaning now, but I can actually get to some tools to work on my car. And you know, if this piece of junk was over a few feet, I'd be able to pull my car in the shade, but no, that would be way too easy. Okay, hey, Faulkner Fixes All. Hope you've enjoyed my little cleaning up after somebody that never cleans up. So have a good day, and the next video, not sure, I'll probably be working on the Plymouth because it's about time I do something for me. Okay, now just bench press that a few times. We're just gonna put that right in, you know. My dad told me once he used to bench press these, you know, he'd bench press a cast iron Power Glide tranny and just put it in the car with one hand. Have a good day.